I usually cram up my lines and make it look extempore. That was when I was doing a different job. So here's a speech. It's written, so I won't be looking up quite often because I want this to be right, not my performance. Thank you, sir. Vanakkam. People of my larger global family, good day, good evening, and much more. I come from a global village called Tamil Nadu. Part of a cluster of villages called India. That's all we are. We can be nothing less or more, except in arrogance. Tamil Nadu is a state and has many things to be proud of, ranging from our rich heritage, culture, language, architecture, food, social justice, pioneers in the world trade, and many such remarkable achievements. However, all is not well now. More on that later. As I stand on this podium, I can boldly say I dare to have a vision. The new brave is being bold with a purpose. My true purpose today is to challenge the status quo and mediocrity in polity that is plaguing our state of Tamil Nadu. I have often said that when avaricious businessmen and politicians set mediocrity as a standard, then rubbish becomes acceptable. Ordinary becomes extraordinary. And extraordinary becomes genius. Genius itself, if it exists at all, is relegated to a state that needs psychiatric monitoring. Fortunately, my vision in these climes is just extraordinary. Extraordinary only when compared to the policy paralysis and the lack of imagination that exists in Tamil Nadu today. To make this address specific rather than a wandering generality, the three big things plaguing my state today are: one, the apathy shown by political class of the state's financial health and management. With the revenue deficit at its all-time high of rupees 160 billion and growing every day. State gross fiscal deficit, which stands at an approximate rupees 405 billion, the third highest in the country for the year 2016 and 17. A large part of this deficit is driven by ineffective public spending and lethargy and a lack of vision by the people in the government. Two, inability to manage our state treasures, namely our waterways, which for decades have been neglected. If only we have managed this better, we would be water self-sufficient by now. Three, the gradual lowering of the bar in every aspect of society, from education, skilling, healthcare, to social justice, to creating employment. To move on in this regressive times, what I propose may just be a dream, but it's much akin to the sheer necessity that led our ancestors to come up with the idea of the wheel. The new wheel is an old concept, eons old. It's an idea of creating a virtuous cycle to weave its magic on the populace. A cycle that we have to recraft and maybe humbly reinvent. My firm belief is that the business of new age politician should be to set a context and be an enabler to embed this new wheel within our society. However small that wheel, it should still ripple across our placid social lake. My mentor once stated, and I quote, "If the villages perish, India will perish too. It'll be no more India. Her own mission in the world will get lost." For him, rebuilding of the nation could be achieved only by reconstructing self-reliant, self-sustained villages My mentor was none other than Mr. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. I'm shameless in plagiarizing his ideas for the benefit of my people and my society. On February 21st, 2018, as I embark on my political journey, I am announcing a plan to adopt one village in every district of Tamil Nadu. Thank you. With the vision and aspiration for them to be the best village ever in India. And later, why not? Maybe the world. An exemplar of sorts for my state and country. These villages will be planned with an intention to be holistically sustainable, economically, ecologically, sociologically, technologically, and high on education, skilling, and health. All the key faculties for a healthy society. With this, we will set in motion a series of virtuous cycles in Tamil Nadu. By being the change, I truly believe that a strong Tamil Nadu augurs well for a strong India. Now, I'm practical enough to understand that every journey begins with a single step. Therefore, as a first measure, we will take one village and reimagine it for excellence. Later, we shall scale it across the state. Let's reimagine our villages. Let's reimagine society. Let's leave a lasting impact on Tamil Nadu and India for posterity. All Indians and even global citizens are welcome to contribute to this idea. Being a Tamilan is not a prerequisite or a condition. But as I have often said, it is merely a postal code. Some skeptics might think, oh, you rookie politician, I know where you're taking this. You're here with a begging bowl for money. Begging bowl? Yes. For money? No. I seek something more valuable than your money, your ideas, your imagination, your intellect, to reimagine our villages. Your time and participation in pursuit of excellence. My political campaign begins here with the aspiration of forming a brain trust with my Tamil women and men at Harvard. Thank you. It's my firm belief that immediate action with good intent is better than theories of utopia and armchair politics. I have embarked on a journey towards electoral politics. I used to mimic the very intelligentsia that looked down with disdain at electoral politics, and later through learning and kind tutoring understood that politics need not be something below us. On the contrary, it should be a civic duty, a duty that we have neglected and hence are suffering its atrophying consequences. I'm fed up of complaining about governmental inaction. Demanding good governance is my right, and no government need take umbrage. This address here is only a preamble, a primer for the dialogue that I want to have with my people. I am actually rehearsing it with vibrant minds, hopefully kind critics and partners in attendance here. Help me help Tamil Nadu. I'm just a medium, a tool offered for your use. Sharpen me, shape me to sculpt our little village. The time for lamenting is over. Everyone is in agreement that Tamil Nadu has touched its nadir. It's time to recraft the polity. I recently signed in a college guest register as politician. On second thoughts, I should have signed as polity-culturist. That's what we all are, cultivating a new polity. Enough said, I guess, to indicate the direction of my journey. It's simple. A slave called Spartacus who dared to think of freedom when slavery was a social address and norm in Republic Rome. A man called Genghis Khan who dared to dream of an empire knowing fully well he was nothing but a normal tribal. And closer home to my forefathers, the Tamil Chera Chola Pandya kings who domineered the spirit of language, administration, and world trade. Each of them over time have left behind some great ideas, some faulty, yet it is there for us to improve upon. Even recent leaders have left behind lessons to be learned. Their endeavors, success and failure are specimens in our socio-political laboratory. I have the humility to learn and keep learning. Partner with me on this epic journey of reimagining and rebuilding Tamil Nadu. And hopefully, one day our country for a better tomorrow. Please visit www.mayam.com to volunteer. I repeat, www.mayam.com to volunteer. Naalai Namade.